What's going down, YouTube family? It's your boy, Mike Macklin, aka Money Mike, the financial Thanos, because I'm snapping my fingers and I'm turning your financial problems to dust. Hey, I want to welcome you guys to my channel. I'm coming to you guys live from my new and improved location. I call it the Vault. Y'all see it behind me. Just trying to do something new here, make the videos a little bit more entertaining, a little more cool for you guys. If this is your first time tuning in, let me kind of let you know about myself. My name is Michael Macklin. I go by Money Mike. I'm a personal financial coach who teaches 5 very simple steps and strategies to help you achieve personal financial success. Now, if you want to learn more about that specifically, hey, visit me at my website, www.moneymike313.com. You can set up a free 30-minute financial planning appointment. And hey, I am more than happy to get you on the right side of the money and get you that plan in place. But what I do on every single Monday, I host what's called Money Monday. And what I do on Money Monday is, I just talk about tips, strategies, different thought processes, things like that associated with money. So I can get you guys, kind of on that right path to achieving personal financial success. Because at the end of the day, that's what we all want. We all want to reach that point where money is no longer an issue. And this channel is all about trying to help you get to that point. Now, today for Money Monday's topic, I want to talk about 14 signs or things, thought processes for people who's not ready to be rich. A lot of people talk about what they want in life. Even if it's not wealth, they talk about what they want in life. But in a lot of cases, they might just be blowing smoke, or they're just not in the right headspace to really get to that. So again, this channel is all about, building wealth, becoming financially free. So I want to talk about the 14 signs that you're not ready to be rich. Sign number 1, and forgive me for looking down, I had my list written down here. So the first one is you can't or you won't save money. More geared towards the won't save money, because I'm a person, I don't believe in the word can't. Okay, can't means you don't have the mental capacity to do so. So the only people realistically that I say can't save money is people who are just not mentally capable of doing that. People who have to be helped to do just the simplest things in life, meaning, people with special needs. Everybody else, I'm sorry, I can't give you an excuse. I put you on the won't side. Now, what I mean by that is, the rule of thumb is, you want to shoot for 10% of your income needs to be saved. Now, some people, again, they may be in a tough spot, they may be in a bit of a jam, but to that person I say, hey, listen, save anything, even if it's 1%, 5%, whatever. Maybe if you're doing a little bit better, save a little bit more if you're in that position. But the overall overarching thing here is, if you won't put any money to the side, then you're not in the mindset to even begin to on that path to becoming wealthy. Now, number two, and this is a lot of people, especially in this age, expecting to get rich quick. A lot of people, they think that, hey, look, on Monday I'm gonna talk about getting wealthy, and if by Friday it don't happen, then it just wasn't meant for me, or it wasn't in God's plan or whatever. And that's crazy. Anybody who becomes independently wealthy, most more matter of fact, I'll say 90 to 95% of those people, it took them a while. It took them some time. And I'm not talking about a month, a year. It may have taken that person, at a minimum 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years. Some people, an example I want to use is, Colonel Sanders, the guy who is said to have, created Kentucky Fried Chicken. That guy didn't really hit success until he was like 62 years old. So, expecting to get rich, tomorrow is just not realistic. And you're not thinking realistically. And so you're not in that mindset to become wealthy. You're not patient. You don't have the the staying power to stay the course. And that's what becoming wealthy is all about, is having that staying power, staying the course, being patient, and having that vision, and having the patience, to see that vision through. So expecting to get rich quick is another recipe for disaster. Number three, insisting on waiting for the right time. That means that person who feel like, the universe just has to be in this perfect alignment before, they'll even make a move towards, getting towards that goal. And a quote that I've heard a lot of quotes associated with this. One of them is, okay, you're not gonna wait to go on a road trip. You're not gonna wait for all the lights to be green to start that road trip. So what makes you think, you should wait until, everything is perfect to start towards that goal? And another quote that I want to use is, hey, look, they always tell you the best time to start something is now. And the second best time, excuse me, let me get off me. Don't laugh at me. I'd already know y'all, somebody laughing at me right now for messing this up. But guess what? We gonna fix it. So what I mean to say is the first best time to start something was 10 years ago. And, all the experts will say that. But the second best time is right now. And that's the one that I wanted to focus on. That's why I said it first. So again, don't laugh at me. But anyway, the best time to start is now. And the reason that is because if you sitting there waiting for, everything to line up like it's supposed to, everything to be perfect, you're gonna remain in the same spot. Now, for that person who gets out there and just it goes for it, progress over perfection, imperfect action, meaning you get out there and you take it a step at a time, maybe. You do the first thing, you do the second thing, and you got time now. Okay, if you make a mistake, you can kind of steer yourself back on course. Versus again, if you just waiting and waiting and waiting, you're in the same place. You're not giving yourself any room for growth, no room for improvement, no room for nothing. You're just staying stagnant, and that's why you are going to have a really, really, really hard time if you insist on waiting for the right time. Now, number four, number four, if you take pride in a humble lifestyle. Now, before y'all get mad at me, before y'all go say, hey, you know what, I'm about to switch money, Mike. Let me tell you what I mean by that. You know, it is a good thing in life to be grateful. And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, hey, it's okay to be grateful for what you have. But if you want to become independently wealthy, you can't be satisfied with just what you have. You have to have that mindset of, hey, listen, there's plenty out here. There's plenty of money out here. And so I don't have to settle for just, hey, 40, 50,000, 60,000 a year, even 100,000 a year. If you want more, you have to have that mindset and to say, hey, look, I'm making 100,000 a year. That's great. That's great. I'm happy. Thank you, God. I appreciate everything you're doing for me. However, I'm not satisfied. We were put on this earth. We were promised great things. We were promised wealth. We were promised power. We were given dominion over all the creatures of the earth. So that had to have meant something. We're destined for greatness. We're destined for something beyond ourselves, beyond just, the scope of what we can imagine. And when you step outside of that, you step outside of that, that level of, okay, as long as I got enough, I'm good. I'm telling you, the world is going to reward that attitude. Trust me when I tell you, I can use myself as an example. I'm not sitting here saying I'm a millionaire right now, but I'm doing well in life, and I know I'm on a path to even higher heights. I know that I will become a millionaire or billionaire, but it's because, again, I don't have the mindset of being, humble with just what I have, or contentment. Contentment will leave you in a place of stagnation, and stagnation is the devil's workshop. As they say, the idle mind is the devil's workshop. So if you sitting there content, the devil gonna keep you there, and that's his plan, to kill, steal, and destroy dreams, goals, plans, everything. And he does that by stagnation. All right. The next thing, number five, you think hard work is all it takes. If you think that, you just gonna work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard to get to wealth, you're sadly mistaken. Now, hard work is not a bad thing. Do not, mistake that fact. Hard work is a great thing. Hard work is admirable. Hard work is, what you should do. But that is not the end of the story. Hard work is one thing. I did a video before on Facebook Live, I believe it was, talking about you have to learn to work smart, not hard. And I give the example of somebody who uses maybe a lawnmower, to cut grass. And then there's another person who uses, a riding lawnmower or a tractor maybe. Okay, that person, who's using a lawnmower, yeah, he working hard. I get that. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But that person that's using that better equipment, that person's working faster and that person can get more done. So at the end of the day, the person who's working smarter comes out ahead of that person who's working harder. Because again, it's not just effort. It's again, you got to put thoughts into what you're doing. You got to have purpose for it. You got to learn about efficiency. You got to learn about strategies. You got to learn about systems. So if all you think you're going to do is if you're going to get out there and work hard, okay, you do the same thing day in and day out, hard, drudgerous work, but there's no strategy to it. There's no goal to it. There's no concept to it. You're in a position where you're dooming yourself to fail. So if you think that you're just gonna work hard and life's gonna, give you everything you need, I'm sorry to be the person to tell you, but it's just not like that. All right. Number six. Number six. If you hate your job, now again, y'all might be looking at me crazy right now, but let me talk a little more on this because a large percentage of people hate their job. That doesn't mean they're not destined to be wealthy. But I want to take it a step further. If you hate your job, and for one, if you stay there, if you say, you know what, I hate it here, but hey, it's putting food on the table, and you stay there, then hey, you're not ready to reach that next level. People who are independently wealthy, they're not going to do something that they don't like. They're not going to just be satisfied with, the status quo. They may, if they doing something, they like, man, this ain't getting it. They going to go out there and find something else for themselves. Work something that you love to do, okay, that you're able to put some enthusiasm to, or that's purposeful, that's moving towards your goals. Don't just sit somewhere and use the excuse, hey, it's paying the bills, because there's a lot of great jobs that it may not pay a lot, but it may be something you're passionate about, or it may be leading you to, learn the skill set you need to get to that next level. So, don't, again, it's all about, again, it's leading up to that stagnation again. If you sitting there doing something that you don't like, you're not in the mindset of improvement. You're in the mindset of stagnation. You're in the mindset of just taking what the world gives you versus get out there and get it. Go make it happen. Go be great. Go do great things for yourself, and don't be satisfied with just, the status quo. If you satisfied with the status quo, you're going to be the status quo. You will not become wealthy just being status quo, being mediocre. All right, all right. The next thing kind of goes along with just hating your job. If you're scared of change, then you're not ready to be wealthy. Let me tell you guys something. The world is changing constantly. Look at right now. We are in the middle of a pandemic. It changed so much of how we do business, how we do life. Now, for the person again who's afraid of change, this is a horrible thing. This is horrible. Oh my God, I can't go into my job office no more. Oh gosh, this is the end. But for that person who has the right mindset, they look at this time right now as an opportunity. This is great change. The world is becoming a lot more online. I mean, we was already moving in that direction anyway, but this pandemic really solidified that fact. E-commerce, e-trading, all these different things that you can do online now. This is giving people a lot of opportunity, to make great money from home. This is giving you an opportunity to see your family more. This is giving yourself an opportunity to have more time to sit down and do things to improve yourself. The person who's afraid of change is not a flexible person. And you have to be flexible. You have to be, again, your mind has to be elastic. It has to be able to shift and bend and change in order for success to come. You have to learn new perspectives. You have to learn new strategies. You have to learn new mind frames, mindsets, if you're ever going to be in a position where you become independently wealthy. So if you're scared of change, then you are not ready to become wealthy. Right. So now, number eight, if you have just one source of income, then you are not ready to become independently wealthy. And the analogy that I'm gonna use for that is, okay, if you put all your eggs in one basket, you're setting yourself up for failure, because God forbid, if that one basket breaks, you don't have anything else to do now. Your whole plan is shot. Now, there's a lot of other baskets that you can do. There's a lot of other sources of income that you can get. You can start going purchasing real estate and maybe get you some tenants in there and get you some money coming in that way. You can get on the stock market and let these businesses make money for you. Maybe if you got a car that you don't use, maybe you can go on Turo and rent out your car, or your house, or you may have some other houses. You can rent them out on Airbnb. you know your bills, you got more than one bill. Okay, so it's a reason for that. These companies are finding a bunch of different ways to make money off of one person. So the same thing with your life. If you got a bunch of bills, you should also have a bunch of ways to make money. um, I saw something on Instagram where I was talking about, hey, if you got, a car note, why not use your car and, again, put it on Turo. That way now somebody else is paying for your car. Okay, that's a source of income. You got a house, maybe rent out one of the rooms. Or again, if you got multiple homes, rent out those homes and let the money that's coming in from them other homes pay for your home now. If you got different bills out here, find ways to make other sources of income to pay those bills. So again, if all you're gonna do is work a job, then you're not in the right place to become independently wealthy. Because again, there's no way, it's mathematically impossible to become wealthy off just working a job. I'm telling you. You feel free to leave a comment below, or reach out to me if you want to discuss that idea and challenge it, and we can have a discussion. We can have a nice, humble, intelligent discussion about it. And hey, feel free to challenge me on it if you want to, but more than likely you're going to lose that challenge. All right, so now, next, number nine, this is a big one. If you need other people to motivate you, you are not ready to become wealthy. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna use my own self again as an example of this story. Listen, man. um I have always wanted to be independently wealthy. I've always wanted that. Even when I was small, I always thought about, you know, working in the office, being a business owner. When I was 18 years old, I was in the army, and my first barracks room, I set up my room like an office. And I'm not gonna sit here and say I always knew what I wanted to do in life, but I did always know that I wanted to be independently wealthy. And it's because of some of the humble beginnings I came from, and I realized how difficult that life is, and I didn't want that for myself. So I said, I got to do something different. I got to get out here and really try to make it happen for myself. So I say all that to say, listen, you can't wait for somebody else to pat you on the back, for somebody else to say, hey man, you're this great person, you should go do this, you should go do that. You got to have the drive to get up and do it yourself. You got to have the motivation. You got to have that something pumping in your heart that says, hey, look, this ain't enough for me. I know I'm a great person. I know I can do great stuff. And you got to pump yourself up. You got to pump yourself up. And you're not always going to be motivated, but you got to be disciplined. Okay. You got to be disciplined. You got to, again, you got to have that conviction down in your spirit, that what you want to happen is going to happen, is going to. And if you just discipline yourself to do what you need to do day in and day out, I'm telling you, you're going to get to that point. But if you need somebody always pushing you and pushing you, telling you what to do and all that, again, you don't have the mindset necessary to become wealthy. All right. Number 10. Number 10, you rarely leave your comfort zone. You rarely leave your comfort zone. If you always, again, this is talking about, again, you're afraid of change. You need people to motivate you. You always want to sit in that comfort zone, that place that you feel good, that you feel confident in. Listen, man, nothing grows in your comfort zone. Nothing. Everything that you want in the world is just outside of that comfort zone. Okay, you're going to have to do something different. You're going to have to do some things that you don't like. You're going to have to do some things that you're unsure of, some things that make you scared. You're going to have to do those things. And you're going to have to change as a person, not meaning you got to be fake, but you're going to have to, be flexible. You're going to have to be able to adjust. You're going to have to be okay being uncomfortable. You're going to have to be okay being out of your element a little bit, because guess what? There's nobody on this earth, except for, maybe these child prodigies, or, somebody who just unnaturally gifted. But most people, the first time you do something, it's not going to work out for you. You're not going to start out an expert. You got to make those mistakes. You got to look foolish for a minute if you have to. Look a little foolish, look a little crazy. But you got to be willing to step out of that comfort zone. I'm a very shy person. I'm going to sit here and tell you that. I'm an introvert. I'm shy. But I told myself, if I'm going to get to the next level in life, some of those things I'm going to have to let go. I'm going to have to let go of that shyness a little bit. I'm going to have to let go of that introversion. I got to get out there and talk to people a little bit more than I want to. I got to, be more vocal, because this is what people respond to. And again, I'm trying to influence people. I'm trying to motivate people. And people are not motivated by scared people. People are not motivated by quiet people. People are motivated by people who are out there, who are fearless, who are out there trying to, make great things happen. Those are the people they cheer for. And, they watch them and they say, hey, look, I like what you're doing. I want to do that. So I'm using myself as that example, because I'm okay with being vulnerable. It's nothing wrong with that. And you should be okay with that as well. If you make a mistake, you just made a mistake. It's okay, but you got to get out of that comfort zone if you're going to become wealthy. Number 11, you're spending too much time on entertainment. You're spending too much on entertainment, meaning, hey, look, you're spending way too much of your free time being entertained. And I tell people this all the time. It's so many people out here now, especially in this day and age, they rather be entertained than educated. I'm gonna say that again. There's way more people out there now who want to be entertained instead of educated. And this is why we have such a big wealth gap, because there's so many more people who would rather just sit down, watch TV, play video games, read like comic books, or read stuff they shouldn't be reading, versus the people who go out there and say, look, I don't have time. I don't have a whole lot of time for TV. I don't have a whole lot of time to sit here and scroll through Facebook all day. I don't have a whole lot of time to sit here and watch, cat videos or whatever. Those people are out there, meeting with other people who's trying to do what they're trying to do. They're watching, videos like this, and matter of fact, while you're watching this video, hey, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe to me, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already done so. And also leave me a comment below. How do you like the video so far? Is this something that's good for you? Are you enjoying this? Is this helping you? I want you to be entertained, but more so, I want you to be educated. So if you're in that mindset where you're more concerned with being entertained, then you're not ready to be rich, because again, you're sitting down watching other people be successful, and you're okay with that. That is my biggest point on that portion. I'm not a hater, don't get it twisted, but I don't have a whole lot of time to sit down and watch somebody else get out there and chase their dreams or succeed and stuff like that. Now again, I'm happy that these people are successful. I am. And the reason I'm happy they're successful is because again, they're doing what most people are not. Those people that's on the screen, They got out of their comfort zone. They went to Hollywood. They took their shot, or they, wherever it was, Atlanta, or wherever the movie was produced out of, or the TV show. They went to that place. They interviewed. They were vulnerable. They practiced their craft, and now they're in front of a screen making money while you sitting at home watching them. And again, you can't be so interested in what everybody else is doing. Get out there and make a great life for yourself. Make success for yourself. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. So stop with all the wanting to be entertained, and let's get ourselves educated if we want to get on the right side of this money. Number 12. Number 12. Um, if people look at you as arrogant or entitled, or if you're a person that feel like the world owes you something, then you are not ready to be wealthy. Let me tell each and every one of you guys something. Yes, God promised you dominion over all the animals. God promised you wealth. God promised you power. God promised you a place on high. He promised you all those things. But there's a condition. There's a condition on it. You have to go out there and do something. He gives you gifts and talents. And there's a story in the Bible. If you don't read the Bible, basically what's essentially happening here, God gave three people, different talents, and told them to go out there and make something happen with it. One person buried the talent. The other person, went out and squandered it. The third person, went out there, excuse me, and did something great with it. And that person was rewarded. Now, I'm saying all that to say again, God gives us a lot of great gifts. And, if you don't believe in God, the universe or whatever it is, the higher spirit, higher power that you look at, but you're given these innate abilities. You're giving talents. You're a unique person. There's something that you're able to do that nobody else in the world is able to do. And what it is your job to do is take advantage of that skill set and go out there and make great things happen for yourself. So that's what God means when he says, hey, I give you power to gain wealth. I give you, the dominion over all creatures. He's telling you, hey, look, you can make it happen, but you're going to have to get out there. And it doesn't mean that you're owed anything. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Just because you was born don't mean that the world owes you anything, because they don't. The world rewards work. God rewards work, meaning people to go out there and go make it happen. So if you just think you just gonna sit somewhere and money just gonna land in your lap, then again, you are not ready to become rich. All right, number 13. Number 13. If you look at wealth as a bad thing, or you look at money as a bad thing, so many times I hear people misquoting the Bible, saying, money is the root of all evil. That's not what it says. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money. And I'll even go a step further and say the lack of money is the root of all evil. Because I tell you this, look at people, look at the average person who don't have a whole lot of money. The average person, I guarantee you, put them in a situation where, excuse me, they might have to do something a little less than legal. If they desperate enough, they want that money enough, they'll go do it again, because they don't see any way out. So they gonna go out there and do something like that. So the lack of money can also be, if you don't have no money, that could also be another root of evil, because it's putting those evil thoughts in your head. It's making you think you got to go out there and do something, less than legal to make it happen for yourself. And again, having that mindset of money is bad, being wealthy is bad. That's crazy. That don't make no sense. That makes no sense at all. What's wrong with, going out there and doing what you need to do and being rewarded for it? There's nothing wrong with that. Being rewarded for hard work. So many people talk about money isn't everything. Money's not this big thing. Okay, then if that's the case, if you're one of those people, hey, I'm not mad at you. That's cool. But listen, go out there and do whatever it is you need to do, and see if you can do everything that you want to do without money. Now, again, there may be some rare exceptions of people who can do that, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But for most people, at some point in your life, you're going to need money to do something. So stop looking at it like this bad thing. Realistically, people who look at money as a bad thing are those people who try to pacify themselves or make themselves feel better for not being successful. So they say, oh, well, money isn't everything. Or, they start saying these little mantras to themselves to try to make themselves feel better about their situation. And again, I'm not trying to say this to dog nobody, but what I'm trying to say is, hey, the point is, if you have that kind of a mindset, you're not in a position where you're ready mentally to be wealthy. I wish you well. I hope you do well in life. Hey, I hope you prove me wrong. But looking at life, looking at everything from my years of experience, I believe in all of these things. I believe that, hey, if you got this bad mindset on wealth building, you're not ready to become wealthy, and it's not going to happen for you. And last but not least, if you don't read for growth, you are not ready to become independently wealthy. Again, this goes back to my point of wanting to be entertained instead of educated. Let me tell you something, guys and ladies. One of the biggest factors in my own personal success is the fact that I started reading. I started reading books related to the things that I wanted to do in life. And that's the thing about it. A lot of people say, hey, Mike, I don't have a mentor. I don't have somebody showing me how to do these things. I don't have the opportunity. Guys and ladies, y'all got to stop that. Like, seriously, y'all got to stop that. Because listen, let me tell you something, man. There are so many books out there. There are so many podcasts. There's so many YouTube channels, especially mine. And again, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel and share this. Let some people know about this. But there is so many resources out there now. There's people that will show you step by step how to become independently wealthy. And all you have to do is pick up that book and read it and start applying those steps. Something that I learned or read or was told back in the day, and it made me mad, to know people thought that way. But it is, if you want to hide something from somebody, put it in a book. I'm gonna say that again. If you want to hide something from somebody, put it in a book. Now, that was actually directed at a specific group of people, but I'm not gonna get into that because anybody can fall into that category. If you're lazy, you're not going to read. And, the same could be said for you, white, black, Indian, Asian, whatever. If you're a lazy person, you don't want to read, then, hey, listen, again, if I want to hide information from you, I could just, put it in a book. Not to say I'm going to do that, but again, to illustrate my point, that is what was said. If you want to hide something from somebody, put it in a book. So with that being said, hey, look, I'm telling you from experience, you can learn so much. There's great mentors. I got mentors right now that I've never met. Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone, David Bach, Eric E.T. Thomas. I have, these great mentors that I've never met in person. But guess what? I've learned from them, and I didn't have to go find them. I didn't have to go to Los Angeles or wherever these people live. All I had to do was pick up a book and learn from those people. They told you exactly what they did. And hey, you could do the same thing. Again, they tell you step by step. So guys and ladies, hey, I hope from the bottom of my heart that you guys enjoyed this video. Hey, if I offended anybody, I'm sorry, sort of. But, sometimes you have to speak reality to people. I'm not saying anything that I'm saying to try to offend anybody, to try to talk down to anybody. What the point of this video is to get you in a different mindset, to get you in that mindset to be ready to build wealth. Hey, if this makes you mad and that madness motivates you to go out there and do great things, then hey, I'm glad you upset. I really am. And I say that from the bottom of my heart. But, if you just get mad and you decide you ain't going to do nothing about it, then that's not going to help you. I'm all about motivating people. I'm passionate about what I do, and I want to see people win because, ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you there is enough out here for everybody. But the thing is, who's going to go out there and do what it takes to make it happen? Hey, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. Hey, if you enjoyed this, please hit that like button for me. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. That way you know Exactly. Exactly when I drop another video, and you can be ready to get some more great information. Hey, again, if you want to learn more about getting a personal financial strategy together for yourself, visit me at my website, www.moneymike313.com. I'll be more than happy to put you in front of this information and put you on the right side of the money. And as always, I love you. God loves you. He smiles when he sees you, and he sees you all the time, so he's always smiling. So why aren't we? Hey, you guys have a fantastic day. Don't forget to subscribe to me. Check out my website. And hey, this was Money Mike coming to y'all live from the vote. I'll see you guys on the next one. God bless you all. Gone.
Damn, I ain't been broke in a minute. Damn, I ain't been broke in a minute.